3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, July 6th, 2018. It's around 8:30 Eastern Time, Friday night. Want to do a quick video, look at Litecoin, look at Bitcoin. Some things I'm noticing right now. Maybe not the best things short term, but could end up being good things for the obvious long term. And I want to talk about these things very briefly, very quickly, but also really valuably. So let's look at it. I want to jump into the charts. This is Bitcoin. So you can see right here where we are. I'll try and zoom in a little bit. I mean, really just trading sideways for like the last, 5 days. Sideways trading. And, that gets a little concerning. Sideways trading, low volume. And it really puts the market into that unknown area. We've been in an unknown area, but when you have a continued uptrend, especially it's very noticeable in the 4 hour, you might get some bullish sentiment going on. But let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about this sideways trading. Let's talk about momentum. And in this video, I'm really going to focus on the stock RSI and the RSI right now, just because I'm noticing some things. So we talk about charts. The whole reason we do this is because we look for patterns. We look for repetition in historical data that we already have, and the movement and the momentum of Bitcoin, of Litecoin. That's what we're going to look at right now. So let's look at the stock RSI. So the stock RSI is a quicker type of version, and it's based on the RSI. The RSI is based on price, right? It's a momentum oscillator based on price. It moves slower. It moves more with the market than the stock RSI. The stock RSI is not based on price. The stock RSI is a quicker movement and a representation of the RSI. It's not based on price. It's also not as accurate in terms of if you're looking for a true oversold, overbought area. So for what I'm about to go over, take it for what it's worth. However, there is an interesting occurrence that has happened, and I think we have to take it seriously. So let's look at it. Right now, generally above 80 on the stock RSI is that overbought area, right? And traders use this on, daily timeframes, 4-hour timeframes, and the like. So I want to point out something I've noticed on the stock RSI on Bitcoin on the daily chart. So I've highlighted the 100. Let me make this big. So I've highlighted the 100 area on the stock RSI, and you can see every time we've touched it, I've numbered that time. And it's about 14 times. Now, I didn't highlight this time when we touched that 100 mark on the stock RSI. That was around, right in end of November, beginning of December. And I want to show you why I didn't number it. Because I didn't number it because that's the one time we hit that 100 mark on the stock RSI right around here, and we just continued going up. And you can see on the stock RSI, you can see it goes kind of off the charts here, right? So I wanted to point that out. But the other, 12 times or so that we've hit that 100 mark, it was a bounce down. It was a rejection from, maybe a key resistant area, and we went down. And so right now, what's happening on the stock RSI, on that indicator, let me make it big, is we've just kind of approached that 100 area, right? Not quite, maybe 98, 99. And I have it numbered 13 with a question mark because we're as of right now trading sideways. But so the question is, so 12 or 11 out of 12 times we've seen rejection from that area, and we've had a pullback. One time in that bull market that we had, we just kept going up. So with that data, what would you put your money on? I mean, that's the simple question, right? Now, if you're long-term holding, you're probably just rolling your eyes. This video does not matter. But I think this video does matter because right now, a lot of people, whether you like it or not, are trying to predict the bottom. They're trying to find that bottom so that they can feel comfortable with accumulating more Bitcoin or more Litecoin. And if you see an indicator like this, it kind of throws up a flag, right? It throws up a flag and calls into question, well, do we have a possible pullback about to happen before maybe the actual bottom? And what would a pullback look like? Well, pullbacks at rejection of 100 on the stock RSI historically, I mean, they've ranged, right? They've ranged from very large pullbacks, and I'll just measure one. I'll just pick one and measure one. So let's take this one, for example, right here. That's a small one. It's around 8% pullback right there. Now let's take another one and let's go to this one, rejection from 100, and we have like, 20 to 30% pullback on that one. So it really ranges. I'm not going to tell you what the average is because I didn't figure out the average of these pullbacks from the stock RSI 100. But what could we be looking at? This could be a good thing because just as we had in the second bottom, which was a confirmed support, right? We had that confirmed retracement and support at this key level in this channel in Bitcoin. And you can really see it happening over and over again. And then we finally did have a break up. Just like we had that, it wouldn't be a bad thing to have confirmed support in this general area of Bitcoin as well. So what might that look like? Like, what could a bullish scenario, even in a pullback right now, look like? Well, it could look like a possible head and shoulders on the daily, right? If we have a pullback right now, a possible head and shoulders on the daily forming, which is an incredibly bullish scenario, bullish indicator for a cryptocurrency and a confirmation of a bottom that could be incredibly strong. So a pullback right now isn't bad. And we talked about that the other day, that a reverse head and shoulders on the daily is a very nice indicator of a bottom. So right now with where we are, I would not say to expect a pullback, but definitely anticipate it. Definitely be ready for it. I know we've had this brief uptrend lately and we're trading sideways, and I feel like a lot of the market is at least hoping for that continued uptrend. But I want to just throw caution out there. A lot of people are looking at the same indicators, right? These same oscillators, the stock RSI hitting that 100, looking like it's overbought on the daily, and the market could react to that. Also, I just do want to point out, even on the RSI now, so if we do have a pullback based on what we just talked about, we talk about this 40 level being pretty critical in terms of seeing support and resistance and really getting a gauge in, are we out of a bear market or not? Well, if we do have a pullback that we just talked about, it would be also interesting to watch at the same time if we can see support on at the 40 line on the RSI. So that's something else to look out for. Now, in terms of what that means for Litecoin, same type of deal. A pullback on Litecoin would be basically doing the same thing we just talked about with Bitcoin, which is essentially testing the key area of $72, $75 or so, $76, right in that area, similar to how it did back in this channel to form that bottom. Obviously, the pattern, the chart looks a little different on the Litecoin daily. You don't really see a reverse head and shoulders in play on that. I think, if anything, you can see that right now, Litecoin is right at the 40 line. So Bitcoin is at the 50 on the daily, Litecoin's at the 40. So right now, if anything, on the RSI, you might see a pullback of Litecoin kind of testing that 30 area for a possible higher low on the RSI from this previous low, and then a bounce up from there. And you can even see actually on the RSI, that's kind of actually a reverse head and shoulders formation on the RSI for Litecoin. So all in all, and I would anticipate a pullback. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not going to say what I think is going to happen. I hate making predictions. I'm just kind of taking what I see on the screen, sharing it with you as I always do, and just trying to help you anticipate. Don't expect anything. But that's what I'm seeing right now. So if we do take a pullback, look for support at Litecoin at around $75, key area $72, $75, and Bitcoin obviously don't want to break that previous low at $5,700 or wherever it is. My chart is kind of messy, but right around $5,700 we'd really want to see support at least at $6,000 if we have a pullback anytime soon. But that's what I'm seeing. What do you think about this stock RSI? These pullbacks from 100 on the stock RSI. Do you think we're in that overbought area? What are your thoughts? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below. Just wanted to throw this video out there for you. I'm going to go relax for the rest of the night. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the channel. As always, I will see you in the next video, and God bless.